Every standard country has three strong pillars that they rest on. The first pillar is the educational sector. The second pillar is the medical sector, while the third pillar is the security sector. The conditions of those three sectors form up how the posture of that country will be. Now, let's discuss number one, educational sector. Every standard country has a standard education system, standard facilities and equipment for learning, and teachers who take teaching as their one and only profession and not side hustles. The situation where a teacher can take teaching as his or her one and only profession by dedicating all his or her every day and night time into teaching is if the standard of living in that country is not far above what he or she is earning. Reflecting that to Nigeria here, it has become obviously known and seen that all the teachers here are very poor and hungry. And that is because the standard of living nowadays is far above what they are earning. Though most of them have passion for teaching, but they're not born there well to stick only on teaching without engaging on other side hustle. If not, hunger go bab them kodo. All their active time is being channeled into two places, one into teaching and the other into side hustles. That's why the quality of teaching being served our students nowadays kept on reducing. And that is reflecting positively to the increment on the graduating dons. That's why JAMB cutoff mark kept on also reducing from 250 to 200 down to 180 and currently down to 150. Very soon we start hearing 120. What generated all that? Low salary to the teachers. Number two, the medical sector. In a situation whereby the standard of living is far above what the doctors and nurses in the country are earning, in order to meet up financially, they will start looking for other means to get extra income. And that can be very hazardous because it brings some ugly activities into play. Ugly activities like looting and selling of medical equipment, manipulation of medical test results, organ harvesting, delayed treatment, child trafficking, and so on. We have produced so many doctors and nurses here in this country, but to avoid poverty, many of them have flown out to render their services to those who can pay them well. That's why there is scarcity of doctors and nurses in this country. That's why if you go to Nigerian hospitals, you will see only one or two doctors attending to hundreds of patients at a time. And that has automatically given birth to delayed treatment. Now, it makes many patients they cry on a daily basis inside hospital because doctor no reach their side on time. What generated all that? Low salaries to the doctors and nurses. Number three, the security sector. The worst and the most deadly thing that can happen to a country is if her security personnel stop taking their jobs as their one and only profession and start looking for other means of getting extra income. Such situation commonly arises if the standard of living in that country is far above what our security personnel are earning. That's where you start seeing frustrated security personnel with gun. And mind you that a frustrated policeman or a frustrated military man is more dangerous than a terrorist, because military training and courses are more of counter-terrorism. And that's how and why every military person is a counter-terrorist. And for someone to become a counter-terrorist, the person must possess the knowledge and the skills of terrorist inside out. So tell me, is it not too dangerous for such person to be frustrated? If the standard of living in a country grows higher than what the salaries of her security personnel can afford, her security personnel may start engaging on other means of getting extra income, which gives room to ugly activities like extortion, selling of arms and ammo, fraternization, and so on. What can generate all that? No salaries to the security personnel. See, for a country to be of a very high standard, those three pillars must be taken good care of: educational sector, medical sector, and security sector. If not, that country will sink into corruption. If any country is terribly corrupt, check the conditions of those three pillars in that country. You will see that they are very weak and hungry.